There I am. We're technical difficulty nightmare, but we are here live Wednesday night. Yo 2.0, the Yo Show's sister show, brother show. I haven't figured out what kind of relative it is yet to the Yo Show, but I am Jeff the Shark Perini. And we are here live on a Wednesday night. Angela Marie in the house. Yo, of course, one of our favorites here at Yo 2.0, really brings out the gusto and the bad behavior in me. I blame you fully. Anyway, I am Jeff the Shark Perini. I was expecting a co-host. I'm expecting the lovely Miss JoJo. Looks like she's in the house now. She's a little behind, but let's get her in here, ladies and gentlemen. You know her from Instagram and Twitch as yours truly, JoJo. Joe, good evening. How you doing? Can you hear me? We're live, man. You're in it right now. Oh, you're in it.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I can't hear you. Hold on.
Can't hear me? Okay. We'll give it a moment. In the meanwhile, I will introduce the show. Yo 2.0 is a show that we do on Wednesday nights. Kind of a follow-up to our Yo Show Tuesday nights. Our buddy Nat Shoes is in the house. Yo. It's not gender specified, so brother or sister works. Thank you, because I don't know exactly what to call it. Is it a brother show? Is it a sister show? I don't know. But I bring out the bad of them. You do. You absolutely do. You're on the naughty side. Joe, you with us? You got communication? You got contact?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Excellent. Thank you so much for tuning in. Little microphone shake. We'll get it. Well, trust me, I am a technical nightmare, so anything you see here, it's actually me doing pretty good tonight. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for joining us. First of all, Joe, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I know you're big into Twitch. I know you're big into gaming. I know you're big on Instagram. I'm going to put some scroll down the bottom of where you can check her out because she's like some of the best cosplay you ever want to see. One cool individual. We've shared a lot of talk over the last few weeks. So tell us a little something about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been gaming pretty much all my life. I actually started streaming on Twitch last year. I want to say last August. I started streaming on Twitch. It was kind of off and on. And this year was when I really kind of like just focused on it more and took off. But yeah, I play any, whatever game that really just catches my eye. Really, I find myself playing more retro games like Crash, I am originally from New York. I live in Birmingham now. I do cosplay on my Instagram. I cosplay all different types of characters, anime. It could be characters from video games. So I'm just getting into that, but I really enjoy it. I like it.
Very cool. And the pictures are great. I know you're doing a lot of
Thank you.
Halloween. I know you're big into the Halloween stuff. We froze? Are we unfrozen now? Audio, man. Live stuff. This is the juice you get. But if you guys want to check it out, yours truly _ Joe. Watch her live on Twitch and, of course, on Instagram.
Yes.
So tonight we have an outstanding show. Very excited for this. And when this fella agreed to be on my show, I looked around and I said, all right, so now I need a great guest co-host as well, which is where Joe came from. So our guest tonight, he has the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest Funko Pop collection. And it's impressive, as you'll see in this picture, and hopefully he shows them off tonight. Our very special guest, whose picture I cannot find now. I lost it. Terrific. It's in there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Scardino is going to be our special guest. All right. So Paul's going to be on around 8:30 tonight. We're going to talk about his collection, as you can see, the Guinness Book of World Records, and just some stuff about how we got into it, etc. Joe, I see you have a great selection already ready behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Me. So we're ready for this. We're definitely ready for tonight. We're going to show off a few of our favorites. We're going to talk about what got us in the hobby before Paul comes on. So, first of all, tell me a little something about what got you into the hobby of Funko Pops.
Honestly, my favorite TV shows, to be honest. There's certain TV shows that I am crazy about, that I'm obsessed with, and also with memories too, with certain TV shows. So there's, for example, Funko Pops like Rugrats, the 90s shows. It brings back good memories and stuff of when I was younger and I used to watch all of those shows. Doug, there's a bunch of them. There's a number of them, but it brings back really good memories. So that's my main reason of why I love collecting Funko Pops. It comes along with the memories. So
absolutely. And I agree with that. And it's a little bit of everything. If you're a sports fan, if you're a gaming fan, if you're a cartoon fan, superheroes, video games, whatever, they got it all. I'm wearing my Funko Pop Batman shirt that I got recently during Batman Day. And, it's funny because it's ageless, it's timeless. From the littlest of kid comes after him to the most grown-up of grown-ups, as me and Paul and yourself for show people. It's such a fun hobby. Let me ask you a question. We've talked about it a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy do you get to hunt them down? Because I know I will spend an entire day going to hundreds of Targets to get the good ones. How nuts do you go?
Yes. I will go from Books A Million, Barnes & Noble. I'll go to Walmart. I'll go to Target. There's a place here called Second and Charles where I live. I'll go to, there's some stores that actually, it's kind of like a collector store. I'll go to the collector store because they'll have very few of them, I will go crazy. I'll go to FYE. There's, what is it? If they don't have it, what I'm looking for, I will do the last resort and order them. I hate to order them online because it just kind of sucks, all the fun out of just searching for it. But I go everywhere.
I agree. Same here. And I've gone to some great places up here in PA. Newtown, PA is a big place. And like I said, the Targets. I order online, but I worry about the shipping, the boxes. Let's face it. I know Paul's going to disagree when he comes home, but I like the box. I like a nice, clean box, and I like to hold it in my hands. Paul Douglas watching tonight. They are fun, but so addicting. I agree. I can't get enough. I got a couple hundred. How many you got? Do you know? Do you count?
I have. Trying to remember. I want to say I have like mid 200s.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
So let's do this real quick. Some of our favorites. I've pulled some of mine down. I mean, I got this giant wall. I got them all over my house. But I pulled a couple of my favorites down, and a couple I just scored recently. The other day I was out, and I found me a nice Gizmo, of course, from Gremlins.
Oh my gosh!
At Target with the 3D glasses. Now you'll appreciate this. The box is like all crushed, but I don't care. I had to have this one. I love it.
Oh no!
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you got to bite the bullet. Recently, like I said, Batman Day on Funko Pop. I got the new Batman Beyond, which I love. The little logo, the little exclusive. I got 100, so if you want to jump in with a couple, we'll take turns.
Okay, I think I have mine. Did I put them up here? Hang on, let me get mine. I'm so sorry.
Ah, no problem. Take your time. Right, his box is crushed because he ate after midnight. It's hilarious. I love Gizmo too. This is a great looking pop with the 3D glasses. Really cool. And it's flocked, which means it's got some fur finish. Look at that chair. I'm jealous of that chair. I am, man.
I have mine. Mine is Teddy from Westworld. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Westworld. I love that series. It's an awesome series. If anybody hasn't heard of it, you guys should definitely watch it. It's really good. It really makes you think. I love series that, really kind of just gets you thinking.
Yeah.
Let me see. Is this the one? Oh, I said earlier, Doug. I love Doug.
Ah, yeah.
Doug's a classic.
That's
love
a classic.
him so much. Really good. I could have gotten Patty, but I don't think I could find Patty. I don't think so. Yeah, I couldn't find Patty.
Some of them are so hard to find. That's one of the tough things when there's ones that you want so bad and you can't get. Oh, look at that. Pork chop. That's one of your newies. I know you're proud of that one.
I love pork chop. Yeah. That was my favorite. So yeah, those are a couple of my favorites. Definitely, yeah.
That's all. I got so many. I pulled down like 30 of them. I'm like, I don't know if I have enough time. One of my absolute favorites. It's a classic, the black and white Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all time, and it comes in black and white. I love this one to death. It's like my favorite. If you're a wrestling fan,
I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt, look at that. The Fiend. Yeah, it's a great one.
Oh my gosh. I know I have been looking for it's classic wrestlers. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yes. I've been looking for him for the longest. Wow. I love wrestling. I love it.
So you'll like this one too. And this was a GameStop exclusive. It's the Red Face Wolfpack Sting from the WWE days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a rare one. I paid a little bit of decent amount of money for this thing. I won't say how much. You never know who's listening, but I paid a pretty penny. So that's a question, of course, we have for Paul. But I gotta ask you, what is the most you've ever spent on one yet?
The most I've ever spent?
On one individual Funko Pop. One you had to have.
On one? I want to say $60. $60. Okay. But that was by accident. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about it, but it was $60.
It hurts a little bit afterwards. When you spend that kind of money, you're like, oof.
Oh yeah. But I mean, in the long run, it'll be worth it, you know?
True. Like the Red Face Sting, I mean, people look at book value. If you look at book value, it's over $100 or whatever. And I bought it for $50, and I'm proud of that. That might have been the most I've ever spent. I know I talk about Motley Crue all the time, and and the very rare Nikki Six. I bought the whole 4-pack of Motley Crue
Oh
on
my god.
eBay for $100. I got all 4 Motley Crue.
All 4 for 100? That is
All
a good
4 for
deal.
100. So
Really
I'm all
good
about it. Now, when you collect, obviously, we know you're more into your favorites, your favorite characters.
Mhm.
Do you ever look at the money value and like, man, that one's not that much, I'm not going to get it, or hey, this one's worth a lot, I got to have it?
Honestly, I can't shop for it that way because I have to, like I said before, I have to, when I'm looking for a Funko Pop, it has to have that, meaning behind it of why, that memory also along with it. That's the reason why I kind of like, get it. I love Funko Pops if it means more, basically.
True. And I like that because I have the whole Seinfeld collection. I have Happy Days, and people are like, they're only worth like $10. Not to me. To me, it's worth the timeless memory of Happy Days and Seinfeld and half these superheroes. And it doesn't really matter to me what they're worth. I mean, it's nice. And
Right.
like if you find a valuable one, my
Mhm.
rule of thumb is find a valuable one, get 2 so you could trade it off and widen your collection.
Right. I remember when I got I wanted to mention I got a Funko, what was it? It was from GameStop. I think it was The Thing. I think it was it The Thing? I think it's behind me. Hold on.
Oh, I've got plenty of Costanzas. I got all the Costanzas. Do I dust my boxes? I can't answer that. Because as you know, I had a situation the other day of my house being dirty, but my Funko Pops being pristine.
I don't think I have it behind me. Yeah, I don't think I have it behind me. But I remember I got a Funko Pop at GameStop, and it was one of the ones that was just boxed up. And I asked the cashier if he could open it for me, and I had to turn around because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it at all. But I could hear him opening it. And I kind of knew, like, okay, he should be opening the box. Now he's taking it out. And then, like, I turned around and I just squealed once I saw it. I'm pretty crazy about Funko Pops, but it was exciting. It was really exciting.
That's very cool. And I'm excited to talk to Paul and see his collection and talk about everything he has. And I know you are as well. And when I asked you to do this, you're like, really? Am I getting this? He's going to be on. And, it's been building for like a few months. I asked him a few months ago and just want to make sure that he was still into it, and he definitely is. And I mean, just the whole thing about Guinness Book of World Records, like that's huge. People come to my house like, oh my God, like you're invested with him. And this is nothing compared to what we're going to see later tonight.
Oh, I know. This is exciting. I cannot wait. I can't wait.
Very exciting. So I'm glad you could be with us. So you're a gamer.
Yes.
You're in the Funko Pops. When we first started talking, describe yourself as a giant nerd. Nerds are in right now. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Nerds are the thing right now. I am so excited about that. Especially, it seems like they're more in now, especially since when the pandemic started. It's, they're in. They're in.
I agree. And when the pandemic came around, I got so much back into collecting. And a buddy of mine was like, hey, remember starting lineup figures? Remember cards? Remember this? Remember that? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know what else I collect? Funko Pops. And I've seen them in the stores for years. I'm always like, yeah, never bought them. Always seen them. And then I just started getting into it. So over the last year plus, I've grown this ridiculous mountain behind me here. But it's fun. And, I go hunting. I like the blacklight ones from Target. My prized possession here, my blacklight Eddie Brock that I love to death.
Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome.
But, I don't have the heart to open the box and take the shirt out. Like, I don't even want the shirt.
I wouldn't open it. I wouldn't.
I just got this. My buddy's like, open the shirt. No. The Diamond Collection, Harley Quinn from Target with the Harley Quinn.
Gosh.
Yeah, man, like
that was awesome.
Yeah, it's a diamond. She's all like studded out and red
giraffe.
Yeah, but I don't want to open it. The shirt's gonna be the moths are gonna eat the shirt before I open this box.
That is awesome. That's really awesome.
What do you want to see next? What's your ideal Funko Pop that's not out there yet? What kind of characters you want to see?
What Funko I want to see next?
Besides, like a custom made one of yourself, which I want one made of myself.
That's a hard one.
It is. Everybody says like, "Oh, give us suggestions. What should be next?" I have no idea. I think they do a great job. Like I can't think of any that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It's totally
Nobody's
stumped
really
on
ever
you.
asked me that before. I've never been asked that before.
So my friend Angela said Jeffany, and for those of you who don't know, there is this little scandalous picture of me that's out there. Now I know Joe's an attractive female, but there's also this other attractive female that comes to the show known as Jeffany. There she is. That should be a Funko Pop. I cannot agree with you more. You know, you get a few beers in you, you find a wig laying around. All bets off. So that's Jeffany. That should be a Funko Pop. I totally agree. But getting back to gaming, and I've watched you game, and you just kind of talk through it, and you have a great time. Do you get a lot of fans? You get a lot of friends that watch? Do people pick on your game skills? What's it like? Because I've never actually done it in front of an audience before, but it's like the big thing now.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm so happy that I got more into it this year. Like I said, I basically play whatever that really catches my eye. And at the moment it's just like playing Crash right now. I'm trying to get into playing horror games and everything, but after I game, I, chat with, the followers, my fans, I guess you would call them. I call them my friends, because I honestly do it to, make friends, to have people to chat with. I love chatting with people. We watch some anime sometimes. I will stream some anime shows. Sometimes I'll stream what is that called? I cannot remember. Death Battle. It's basically, different characters they're gonna put together to see which one would win. I also would just stream conspiracy theories. I'll stream bad lip reading, and that is hilarious. That one is really, really funny. But yeah, I'm really big on conspiracy theories. I'm huge on that. So I try to stream that after playing a video game and then chatting to see what everybody is up to. And yeah.
That's very cool. I watch and I chime in a little bit here and there, but I know it's got to be hard because you're focusing on the game. You don't want to look big because you got all these friends, followers, whatever you want to call it, fans, etc. So you got to look good. How do you juggle all that? It takes amazing focus. At least I think it has to.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
It's got to take like a great amount of focus to be able to game and chat and kind of keep up with everybody watching at the same time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially, I'll say, especially when I'm playing I call it like a story game or a mission game, where I need my complete focus into the game. Sometimes I do zone out so much in the game. I sometimes forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm live. And then I would have to look over to the next screen. I'm like, oh, hey, and, speak with chat and everything. But after a while, it gets easier. It does.
Very cool. My good man Ryan Ridley in the house, and he also loves conspiracy theories. I do too. I'm a big fan. I love that kind of stuff, and I love watching gaming. I'm not good at games anymore, so I like watching people that are good at it. I mean,
there has to be one game you're good at.
I'm okay at like the football, baseball, stuff like that.
Okay.
When I play against a computer, I yell at the umpire from my TV screen,
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, that's good. I don't know. What is your favorite conspiracy theory?
My favorite conspiracy theory.
That's good.
I think I actually watched it on my stream. I want to say, what is it called? I think it's the Blue Book. The Blue Book. Definitely. My favorite conspiracy theory. It just has, there's so many questions, so many questions. You never run out of theories, basically, when it comes to that. So, but I really like Yeah, the Blue Book, and there's another one too that I streamed. Can't really remember that one, but my biggest one is anything having to do with extraterrestrial.
Yeah, that's freaky stuff. I get in. I don't like to think we're alone in this earth. Thank you, Phil. It's been a while. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, video games have gotten too fast for me as well. The blips and bleeps are just too much for me. So I save it for the younger generation. That's why I bring Joe in to bring the youngsters in and enjoy. But yeah, I like anything aliens. I get fascinated by that stuff. I don't really do like the political stuff. That's not really my thing. I don't get into
Oh
all
no.
of that. No.
Mhm.
Even like the is it the Denver airport, the one that's underground? It's supposed to be like an alien
I had no idea
museum.
about that.
It's something. I think it's the Denver airport. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it's the Denver airport, and it's supposed to be like an underground like alien museum or something really bizarre like that.
What?
Yeah, that's
Oh
one
my
to look.
gosh.
That's one to look up. Matter of fact, I'm going to Google it right now while we're here. I think it's Denver Air. I forget.
Wow, I never heard that. I need to look that up.
I stink at my job. I should be on top of this. But I didn't expect conspiracy theories.
Is it like Area 51?
Kind of.
Okay.
Now here's somebody else. Now here's your follower and friend Paul, who said that's new to me. I agree. I think is it Denver Airport? Somebody help me out here. Somebody that's watching has got to know this. It's an airport that's like an underground alien thing, and I don't know.
Whoa.
Right. I'm going to wait for somebody to correct me because I know somebody's going to get it. Somebody that can Google faster than me as I'm on air here. So we are expecting Paul Scardino any moment now, roughly around 8:30. I always check my Facebook message just to make sure that everybody.
It's probably under the White House.
She said Denver. All right, so Angela said Denver. I thought it was Denver.
Okay. Wow, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's there's my man Adam Nicholas. Adam, thanks for chiming in. It is Denver Airport. You got to look into it because the stories are wild. Of course, on YouTube, it gets a little spooky on YouTube. Like I get a little creeped out watching it, but it's very cool.
Oh yeah.
There is no doubt. Aliens are out there. There's one residing on Yo 2.0 right here. I admit I'm not. I can't possibly be from this world. But yeah, so that's cool. I mean, I like stuff like that, and I'm a conspiracy theorist when it comes to sports. I'm one of them guys who love sports, but always swear that it's fixed, just a little bit.
So there's I've never seen any conspiracy theories when it comes to sports. I haven't seen any.
I just build it on the fact that with Vegas being involved and gambling being legal, some of these games just seems too easy to not fix these games.
Mm-hmm.
That's my philosophy. Anyway.
Oh, what? So I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's the last movie that you've seen?
Wow, that's actually a really good question because I don't even remember. Actually, the last movies I've seen, I actually put together from a different standpoint of chronological order, the whole Marvel series. And I did it in a different order because somebody put it in order from how the actual real life story will play out. So that was pretty cool.
Oh wow!
But now I'm ready to see Venom, and I'm ready to see the new the mobster one. I'm drawing a blank tonight, man. Sopranos. I'm ready for that.
Did you see the What If series?
No, I have not. Not of yet.
Oh, that is really, really good. You should definitely
That's
check
next
that
one I
out.
got. Speaking of the What If series, they have a new line of Funko Pops out as well. And speaking of Funko Pops, our very special guest is ready to join us. He has the Guinness Book of World Records for 2021, the largest collection of these right here, Funko Pops, which we all know and love. Great dude. He runs a great page on Facebook, and I'm dying to talk about everything Funko. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our special guest, Paul Scardino. Paul, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on. Your video is a little shaky, so we'll take it slow and have you catch up with us. But we're just happy to have you on and talk about that collection. It's behind you. It's huge. It's really impressive. How did you first get into it?
Hey, thanks. So you may notice my wife did a little Halloween decoration like around this is the table I do for my YouTube channel. So she like, oh, you can use this for. She didn't ask my permission, but she just kind of did it. So it's just kind of there. So it's somewhat blocking, but yeah, some of it's behind me here. But yeah, I got into collecting by a coworker actually gifted me some pops for my birthday around 2015, 2016. And she had gifted me the Marvel Civil War 2-pack Hawkeye and Spider-Man, where he's got the cap shield, and from the first entry of Spider-Man into the MCU, which was really exciting. So from there, I just kind of got hooked, and you guys probably know that feeling. As soon as you buy a couple and you kind of get hooked on a line or something, and oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was agreeing.
Yeah, we're agreeing with the hook. Like I said, my collection, I just like it started like right around the time of the pandemic when I got my first few, and here I am a couple years later, and I'm like overwhelmed with them. As you well know that feeling.
For sure, yes, yeah. I told myself at first I was only going to do Marvel and DC because I'm a big comic book superhero guy. So I was only going to do Marvel and DC, and then I started to come across all these like really good deals for pops, and I was like researching, well, what else is there in the TV and the movies and all these different lines, and there was like FYE that went out of business like close to me, and they were selling pops for like $3. So I got like Mia from Pulp Fiction for like $3, stuff like that. I just couldn't pass up on, and then it just kind of grew from there.
Very cool.
Wow, that is amazing.
So you said your wife put up the decor. Is she into your collection? My wife knows nothing about it, and she's not all that into my collection. Is your wife and your family, do they get into it?
It depends on how you define into it. I think she embraces it and tolerates it. Might be a closer word. She knew about the collection before we got married. So as we were dating, I had all these pops and stuff. But she doesn't necessarily she doesn't really buy them for herself. She has a few that she really likes, like the Pretty Woman line and some Disney pops and stuff. But for the most part, she just kind of supports my hobby. And I think she appreciates them. She's been in some of my YouTube videos and kind of gets into it that way.
One of my friends commented right here that it takes dedication. It does take dedication, and going to the stores and the websites and hunting your favorites and getting your collection together is a lot of work. Do you ever consider it work? Do you ever think to yourself, man, this is just too much?
Yeah, no, I've sold probably thousands of pops, believe it or not. Like, I had more than this at one point. And I think right now I'm probably around 6,500-ish pops, but I've still sold like a couple thousand. So when I first started collecting, I don't know. I mean, I can share just the story of kind of the perfect storm that came together with like how this happened. But initially, like I said, it started with Marvel and DC, and then I work at a mental health clinic. And there's these really nice shelves like these that were in my office at work. And so when I started to collect them, I started to bring them to work and put them on the shelf to display. And so when clients would come in, adults or kids or something would come in for outpatient therapy, it kind of became a thing where they would come in and like check out the collection. And so they would kind of peruse it like a museum. And it kind of became like this pop therapy thing, pop culture therapy, where they would connect with something that they saw, and they would like feel instantly better, and we would talk about it. So it was a way to connect and find out about other people, kind of be interested, respectfully curious about other people. And I'm a therapist, but I'm a mental health therapist. So that's kind of how that started, and it kind of just grew from there. People were expecting me to get more. They're like, what new stuff did you get? And, what else did you get? So it just kind of grew from there. And then at some point somebody said, I wonder if you have like the record. And I was like, why would there be a record for this? And I looked it up, and there was. Somebody had like 1,000 was the record. And so at the time I had like around 3,000. And so I applied soon after that. And at that point, I think it was like 4,500. And then I got the record and then submitted again like the next year to up the number and beat my record. But since then, somebody has beaten my record. You may know. There's a guy in, I think it's Tennessee, David. So he has like over 7,000, maybe even 8,000 now.
Wow.
So he's kind of overtaken the record. I don't think he does social media stuff too often, but he seems like a pretty cool guy.
Awesome. Joe, I know you got questions. Jump in there and let them rip.
That is amazing. I'm trying to think because that's incredible. That's amazing. I feel a little speechless right now because I'm a little starstruck at the moment. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
It's pretty awesome. We're a big fan. We both wanted to know, and I'm sure you have a great explanation. We both wanted to know why out of the box.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, sure. So right from my first couple pops, I took them out of the box. I just thought that's what you did. Like I didn't know any kind of protocol or any kind of collecting, kind of procedures for Funko Pops. So like any toy, in a sense, I was never a big toy collector, so I didn't really know like you keep it in the package and all that. So I just took them out and displayed them. I like how they look. I mean, I just like how they look out of box, lined up, sets and series together. And I don't know if I can move this so you can kind of see, like it just kind of goes around the room.
Wow.
With all these
Wow. That is beautiful.
It is. I need that. That's amazing.
That is so gorgeous. Yeah.
And so that's like one side of the basement. So like
Wow.
over on the other side is where I have all my Marvel and DC and video games and sports, and that's all rock stars. That's all over there. I just like how they look. I think you can see them better. I think that they're meant to be seen in the details that they have. And there's so many pops. I want to do a video about this, but there's so many pops that if you didn't take them out, you would miss certain details because it's not in the artwork on the box. So.
Oh, wow. So a couple of our audience members have questions. Paul Douglas wants to know, do you ever forget what you have and buy the same ones? I mean, that's a lot. 6,500, that's a lot.
Yeah, I would say no. I don't think I've ever bought a duplicate by mistake. I just kind of know what I have, I guess. I don't know if you would consider that a skill. But from the very beginning, I tracked what I had. So from the very beginning, I used Pop Price Guide. And I would enter my stuff in there, and then I have like my own separate spreadsheet that I use, and just to kind of track what I have. And it came in handy because that's what I had to use for the Guinness record to prove what I had. You had to have like data and spreadsheets and proof that you have what you say you have. So, but no, I don't think I've ever gotten duplicates by mistake. I have like from mystery boxes. Like I've started doing more mystery boxes for videos and stuff, and I'll tend to pull stuff I already have. But
wow, that happens to me all the time. I always end up getting the same thing of something, and I have to go back to the store and take it back. And mystery boxes, I can't stand mystery boxes. That's why I told you, Jeff, when I was at the GameStop place, I had to turn around and have them open it up for me because I don't know, something about mystery boxes, it gets me super nervous. So I have to have someone else open it up.
Yeah, I've not had good luck ever with mystery boxes. I mean, I think they're cool, and if I didn't do videos for YouTube, I probably wouldn't do them because I just would rather pay whatever the money would be for what I want, as opposed to just like the chance of getting what I want. But it's kind of cool. You don't know what you're going to get, and in a video, it's neat. And I ended up selling I sell a lot on Mercari. You guys may know Mercari, so I sell a lot of stuff on Mercari, and I did a whatnot auction, which was pretty fun. So, you get to collaborate with the community, trade, so it's nice to have some duplicates to do that stuff.
That's pretty cool. A great question here, and maybe jumping ahead, but a great question. Would you ever sell everything if the price was right? And is there a right price? After all your blood, sweat, and tears that went into building this?
Yeah, I mean, possibly. It depends if the price was right. I think my wife would love that question. That's something she probably asks herself every day. what would that price be, and how can I find this person? It's kind of become a side, like it's definitely a hobby for me, but now it's also an income because, with some of the partnerships I have and some of the things I do, kind of a semi-influencer, I guess, for stuff. Like I have nobody really knows this, but I have a video dropping on Sunday for Pop in a Box for Halloween. So they had asked me to do a Halloween video for them about like the top 10 available Funko Pops on their website that are Halloween themed. So that was fun. And then I have a partnership with Mercari. So it's kind of been a small kind of side income that helps with the hobby. And, plus I enjoy it. It's fun. I wouldn't do this if I didn't like it.
True. Absolutely. Do you, that's a good question as well. Do you keep the boxes or you just take them out and, I can't imagine throwing the box away. Do you keep all the boxes too?
I have never thrown a box away, at least intentionally. I have the Home Depot moving boxes. I use those, or just different big, like Amazon big boxes. And so I'll just put the empty boxes kind of organized in there, and I'll seal them up. And then I have like a back room that's supposed to be a spare bedroom. That my wife wants it to be a spare bedroom at some point. But I have boxes stored there. So I don't know. Eventually I'll run out of room, and I don't know what I'll do. But I'm not going to get rid of the boxes.
That's a good thing. I like the box. I keep mine in the boxes. It's something about the overall display and the name, etc., that helps with showing them off as well. How long has it taken you to get that big? Because that the size of the collection is incredible and extremely impressive. How long have you been at it?
So I think since 2015. So I think at one point when I did the math, like I was averaging 20 pops a week or something like that. Wow. It didn't necessarily mean I got 20 pops a week, but I would tend to get them in bulk, for good prices and for cheap prices. So like they might be like 50 at a time or 100 at a time. And I didn't get them every week, but it kind of averaged out to about 20 a week. But I have a price point that I go by. So I usually don't buy a common pop for more than $6-7. Even new common pops. So I kind of have a system that I use, like hot cash and box lunch money, coupons and rewards and all that kind of stuff. So I rarely pay for a common above like $6.50, unless it's one that I know is going to be hard to find and sell out. So that has helped, and you kind of you got to be frugal with it and know when something's going to be hot, when something's not going to be hot. It's going to be available later and go on sale on Amazon, and price drops. For instance, for me right now, like the Three Musketeers Disney pops that they have, that they're all unfortunately $15 con exclusives, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But I have the first one, and I held off on the second two because I'm like, eventually I'm hoping these will kind of, they're Amazon, so I think eventually they're going to get restocked, which I think they just did, and the price is going to drop. And so once that drops to like $8 or something, then I'll probably pick them up. So it's a waiting game.
Are you talking about the Donald Duck? You said the Three Musketeers. Yeah. Are you talking about the Donald? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And I think Goofy was the most recent con version.
That's very cool. She's checking. She's going to check right now while we're on the show. I see you searching it.
Yeah, I think it's
right now. There's a lot of variety, art series, black lights, certain exclusives all over. Do you get into hunting down the exclusive ones and the black lights and stuff like that, or do you just kind of stick to the basics?
I used to. So when I first started and there were only like a couple hundred pops total in each line, I was like, oh, I can collect them all, But this is not Pokemon. So, no. It's really difficult to collect them all.
Yeah.
And I think I don't blame Funko for what they're doing because people are buying stuff. And if people want some of those things, like the diamond or the glow in the darks, but I usually don't do those things. That's a majority of what I've sold is variants of characters that I already have. So like I've sold most of my flocked pops, glitter, diamond edition, glow in the dark. If there's not another differentiating feature to the pop, besides like that kind of like it's metallic or it's glow in the dark, I usually get rid of it, and I don't buy those anymore. Unless I'm doing a giveaway or if I know it's going to be like Blacklight. I bought like the Ghost Rider, and I sold it for $5. So you guys know I do those $5 Grail things. So like if I know it's going to be a hot item, but I don't want it, I might get it for something like that. But other than that, I haven't really gotten into that stuff.
Wow, that's insane. I could never find, you know, when I go to the stores, I could never find the Blacklight Funko Pops. It seems like it's always bought up.
Yeah, I've never found them in store either. It's always been online or trying to catch a restock.
I actually got lucky and I found a couple of, you know, one of the big favorites of everybody's course is the Blacklight Venom, the Eddie Brock. And the local Target, my buddy goes in at night and it's 5 minutes to 9. He's like, dude, they're opening a brand new box. And he got 2 and took them home. He's like, look, I'm telling you, get there first thing tomorrow morning. There's 4 left. I get there in the morning and somebody had hid them. And I tore apart, I feel bad to say, I tore apart the entire Funko Pop section, and they were all hidden in the back behind like all these commons. And I found, you know, there's 4. I took 2. I left 2 for everybody else. So I take 2, and it's just, the feeling was like I just hit the lottery. It's like the greatest feeling.
The last time I felt that way, because I don't really do a lot of hunting like in stores. I usually get a lot of like, because I don't do a lot of those exclusives. I'll just you know, buy commons, or when something drops, I'll try to grab it online. So I do a lot of my stuff online. So I haven't done like the hunt as often. But I remember the day that I walked into a Walmart and they had the Walmart exclusive from Suicide Squad, the first movie, Harley Quinn and Joker.
Nice.
And that was something, and they only had one of each, and they had like some box damage and stuff too. But I remember for a long time, those went for like $40-$50, and I was able to snag it for, you know, retail. But that was probably the last time I was like, I walked into a store and was like, yes, there it is. You know, that's what I'm looking for. But
it's definitely hard to walk into a store, and one of our viewers, Adam, said, you know, you have flippers or resellers that know the schedule, they know the times, the days, they're in tight with the store people. I just can't dedicate that much time. Become chums with a Target guy and pay him and get the schedule and all that. To me, that kills the hunt. What do you think? I know a lot of people are harsh when it comes to reselling them. And I just can't dedicate that kind of time to committing to making love to a manager of a store to make sure I get the end I get.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of excessive flipping. You know, I think there's a certain degree of trading and selling to support the hobby that is, you know, I mean, that's fine. You might buy 2 of something because you want to sell one of them and make some of your money back on the first one. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, at its core, there's nothing unethical about flipping either, to an extent. But I think for some people, it's their business, and it's just a business to them, and so they know this is a hot item, and they're going to buy it at a lower price and then sell it. So it's a supply and demand type of thing. But as you guys know, we don't allow that in our group. You know, so we have kind of a 30-day moratorium on Facebook. If you're trying to sell something, you got to sell it for retail, push it. You know. So I think some people take it too far and they're jerks about it, and they, you know, yell at employees in the store and like all this nonsense. But yeah, I think it's okay to, you know, support your hobby by selling something for what people are willing to pay for it. I mean, I think that's what supply and demand is. But I think people get excessive about it, and you'll see people buying out a whole store, or they'll buy 10 of something. You know, I don't really support that, but.
Understood. I got a few friends. We look out for each other, and sometimes I'll buy 4 of something, and I hear from the background, look, I got 3 other guys who have ones I need, and I'm helping them out. So, but I get it though. When anything collecting, sports cards, toys, Funko Pops, you name it, collecting becomes a passion, and the guy right next to you has that same passion. He's going to look at it in a different light.
Right. I did want to mention, Paul, your group is amazing, by the way. I made tons of Funko friends on your group. So your group is awesome.
Cool. Thank you. No, thank you guys for being members too. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. I didn't expect us to be over 20,000 members like a year into it, or almost a year into it. So there's a lot of cool people in that group, and a lot of, I like seeing the displays that people, you know, what they collect and their pickups, what they display and how they display stuff, and it's just really cool. And that's another part of this kind of hobby that I really like is that connection with people. You learn about other people, kind of like at the mental health clinic. It was like a bridge to getting to know somebody. And there's always something that someone's going to connect, so especially if you have 6,500 pops. So there's something that somebody's going to connect to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So my friend asked, and I'm going to ask you, I don't know if you know or said, do you know the value of your collection? Do you have any idea?
So according to the Pop Price Guide, which I have everything in there, I track everything in the Pop Price Guide, and there's a lot of stuff that doesn't have a value yet, because it's not been sold on eBay or other places. But like a rough estimate, it's probably about like 150, 160,000.
Wow. Is it insured? I mean, not to be smart and put it out here on the show, but are you insured?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Wow. Is that the killer clown from... I think I see a killer clown from Mars.
Yep.
Oh my God!
I had that one. I've got that one back here somewhere. Love that one.
See, and then here's a detail right on the back. He's holding that hammer that you can't, if you had, I mean, you can keep. There's nothing wrong with keeping stuff in the box. Like, I want to be clear about that. Like, I personally prefer out of box.
The cotton candy skin used to freak me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my wife pulled just some random Halloween because my horror collection's right behind me. The horror shelf is like right here. So you can see Pennywise, the original, and like Scream and all that stuff.
Oh my God!
So she just grabbed stuff.
Awesome.
I can kind of
grab stuff, and usually,
I can kind of blow that screen up so I can get a better look. Like get full screen a little bit.
Sure.
That's pretty great.
Do you have Michael Myers?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, actually, this is where I sit for all my YouTube videos, and so like you can see directly. Like if you just ignore what I'm doing in the video, you can just look behind me, and you'll see the horror shelf is like right there.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome!
Wow. Horror has a big following, and I know that,
huge fan of horror.
Well, now here's a good point, and I never thought of this, and I don't know if you think of it or anybody else does, but people have a fear that Funko Pops will become the next Beanie Baby. To me, I think it's always going to be different because, like I said, the nostalgia, the variety. It's not just one thing. It's sports, TV. Like when they came out with Seinfeld, I chomped at the bit and got every Seinfeld piece. And sports, like wait for the new sports stars and the rookies and like Happy Days, and the nostalgia takes you back. Do you ever think that it's gonna? I mean, I'm sure someday it could hit a wall, but do you think it's anytime soon?
No, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's a fair comparison to Beanie Babies. I think it's like you said, Beanie Babies they weren't necessarily licensed properties. And these are licensed property, and really the sky's the limit. The way that they've been doing this, with older stuff, newer stuff, the variant. I think the only thing that gets saturated is the variants. There's like the different variants of pops, and sometimes they overproduce certain pops, and so that'll affect the value long term for some of the pops. But especially like the very first, couple hundred pops of the line that are, that are vaulted, they're hard to get. There's no comparison to that because there's not that many of them out there, and so that's what will make that valuable. And some Beanie Babies are still very valuable, but these are licensed, more recognizable items. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and I personally don't do it for the value, which is fine if somebody does.
Yeah.
Like it would suck, but if the value like dropped to zero tomorrow, like it would be fine. I collect them because I like them and I like displaying them. I like other people looking at them kind of more than I do looking at them. Like somebody, they come over, they go through the museum, they're looking like, oh, they have this, or they're looking at those. Like that's what I enjoy about it, as opposed to sitting down here by myself and looking at all of them.
I agree. I love when people come over and they start pointing out different stuff and memories. So a two-parter here. And we're all going to play along. What's everyone's personal favorite? And, of course, it's sentimental, not value, and why. So I'll kick it off. And I know I showed this already to Joe. I'm a massive music fan. I'm a massive rock fan. I'm a massive Motley Crue fan. So when I finally scored, I scored the whole set, and Nikki Six, of course, is in that, which everybody knows is one of the more elusive or sought after ones. I love this pop because, like I said, again, huge fan. And looking at the value, I'm like, I'm never going to get this. And then I found the whole set on eBay for a tremendous price. I have it. The fact I'm holding it blows my mind. 'Cause my wife's like, I can't believe we're touching that thing. Right? We're about dropping it. Yeah, but for the show, I got to show it off. So to me, Nikki Six, the whole Motley Crue gang, my favorite, definitely. Joe, what do you got for us?
Okay, mine, I did show it at the beginning. Mine is Doug and Pork Chop. Those mean so much to me. It just brings back, like I said before, it brings back a lot of memories of watching, you know, the Rugrats, Doug, you know, all of those 90s show. And it's all good memories. So I just love it so much.
Now, I guess it's going to be different for Paul because he has 6,500 of them. Can you pick a favorite?
Well, I thought maybe if we have enough time, I can talk about each one and what my thoughts are. Is that okay?
I could skip work for a couple days.
Yeah, so I would say my favorite one is probably my OG She-Ra, the original first version of She-Ra from Masters of the Universe.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So that's probably my favorite. And I was able to get her and He-Man in kind of a lot deal on Mercari for a really good price, and now she's worth like double what I paid for both of them.
Wow.
And so that was cool. I like that one. And as far as like most sentimental, is probably the Valentine's Day Stitch from Hot Topic, I think it was, where Stitch is like sitting holding a heart. And I gave that to my now wife when I proposed with a ring. I didn't propose. Somebody asked me this question before, and I said I proposed with this pop, and they're like, "You didn't even give her a ring; you gave her a pop." And so no, I gave her a pop with the ring, but that was the pop I gave her, and so that has sentimental value in that way.
And here's a funny question, and I don't know if I can pull one out. Do we have a least favorite? One that you may own, or one that they came out with, you're like, just terrible.
Let's see.
I don't have a least favorite.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't have a least favorite. Do you?
You know, I'll go sports teams here, just for that purpose. I don't think the pop itself is bad in any way, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and so I do not like the Steelers at all, and I'm really have a lot of hate towards Steelers. So I would say probably the Ben Roethlisberger pop is probably my least. It's valuable. I have all the different versions of it because I have all the football. I pretty much a complete NFL collection. But I would say he's probably my least favorite because of that.
Well, I got a Steeler fan in here that's a little offended by that, but you know what, man? I'm not a Steeler fan either, so I'm with him on that. Like, I kind of want to get a Dallas Cowboy pop, being from Philly, and just smash it. Joe, how about you? Is there a pop or something that you weren't crazy about? Maybe something you bought that you look at, you're like, eh.
I'll say maybe Elsa. from the Disney movie Frozen. Yes, I'm not crazy about that pop. I have no idea why I bought it, but probably Elsa. Yeah, so I regret it. I wish I would have brought it back to the store, but it's one of those things where you buy a pop, and this has happened to me before where I bought one and I brought it back to the store, and then later on down the road I found out it was worth so much money, and I was just like, no, I'll keep her. What if she will be worth something, later on down the road? But yeah, it's Elsa right now.
Cool. And I just want to add something to my comment earlier. I just want to point out that the Steelers, I think the person that is a fan probably knows this, but they're in last place in the division.
Oh, he knows. I know he knows.
So I just wanted to point that out just real quick.
I needed that. So, do you ever see a time where something else takes over, or is it Funko for life? Because for me, I mean, if I got the T-shirts now, as I see you do too, I got the Batman one during the Batman Day. I keep getting more and more. My wife is like, another box, another box, another box. I love them. Do you ever see yourself getting tired of it, maybe?
I mean, you know, I think that's a perfect question. That it sounds like a question my wife asked me, and she has. You know, I think I also collect comic books too. So I comic books and pops primarily. But maybe, you know, at some point, maybe selling some of the lines and downsizing like I have in the past. You know, some stuff that maybe I'm not as connected to, or to make room for newer stuff that's coming in.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of keep it moving. I sold most of my video game pops and anime pops already. So that was like a couple years ago. There was like probably almost 1,000 between the two lines that I had. Like I had complete sets of all the original anime stuff. You know, all the really super expensive anime pops, and which is really popular. I think that might be the most popular line that I've seen, you know, that people like. But I just had never got into anime. I just collected them, like I said, to collect them all at that time. But yeah, maybe at some point.
Wow.
Which anime do you have?
So the only ones I kept were Dragon Ball Z, and the ones that I sold were like Sword Art Online. I had a complete My Hero Academia set.
Oh my gosh, you sold My Hero?
I did, yep. What was the other? Black Butler, like pretty much any of the like the first 100, 200 anime pops that ever existed, I had them, and so I just sold all those except for Dragon Ball.
Yeah, which is also very popular. It's funny, you know. I was so excited to get you on and talk to you about your collection, and I'm loving it, and I think it's great. But I did not expect a Funko Pop show to have a sports argument breakout. Now I got to read how the Cowboys are in first, and we're talking about this deal.
Wait, that's my mother-in-law that just commented.
Yeah, I guess it comes out. Like
I think that's my.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lost you.
Oh, I was gonna say that's I think that was my mother-in-law that just commented. Pam Phillip, that's my mother-in-law, my wife's mom. So I didn't know she was on here.
Yeah.
So, hey, mom.
Hey, mom. Hey, mom. Go
Yeah,
Eagles.
they're big Cowboys.
Hey, you know
They're huge Cowboys.
they're allowed to be. Cowboys got a very good team this year. I don't blame them. And you know, you said you're a Browns fan, so that's again dedication. It proves your dedication. A few people are messaging me on Facebook and here, and everybody wants to know: do you dust them? How often do you dust them? How do you keep it clean? Because I know I don't touch mine. So.
Oh yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I probably should dust them. I really haven't. I probably. I don't know when's. I think I may have cleaned them before we moved into this house almost a year ago, and so I moved a couple times with the collection, and so after I got it set up again, I kind of cleaned them off. But I actually haven't done it since then.
Wow. My friend Angela, a little bit of a neat freak, dying to get that question out about the dusting, dying to know. I've got like memorabilia in all different places. I barely dust down here. The man cave, and I told my wife, you can have the rest of the house, do whatever you want. This is mine. And I think I've dusted maybe once since I moved in here.
Yeah, I guess a Swiffer would work. I don't know.
Not a bad idea. I need those shelves though. Those shelves are absolutely amazing.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I love the shelves.
I got these like racks from Home Depot, which do a decent job. They hold, maybe like 50 each, but I've got them in every square of my house, my man cave that's empty. There's one shoved in there somewhere.
Yeah, these are IKEA Billy shelves that I use. They're like $30 shelves, so it's like middle of the road. Like they're not cheap, but they're not like super expensive. And so I anytime we make a trip to Northern Virginia, we'll go to the IKEA and I'll try to pick up a bunch of them. I have some I still need to put together, but they seem to work really well. They fit about if I use the tops too, like you'll see. I don't know if you can see I have like a top row.
Wow.
Up there too.
Look at that Indiana Jones, that big one. That's awesome.
Yeah, 10-inch Indiana Jones. So they usually fit about 200 to 225 per shelf is what they'll end up doing. out of the box. So it's pretty good. There's a pretty good amount of space that you can fill.
That's absolutely amazing. So I guess the most important question before you go, Guinness Book of World Records, you're in the book, you got the copy, it's great. Now you said somebody's passed you. Is the chase on? Are you going back after it?
Not intentionally. It would be quite an investment, additional investment to do that, because you're looking at like 1,000 pop cap, and if on average you spend like $8 or $10 a pop for 1,000 pops, so that's a lot. If I get there naturally, then I may submit again if I end up passing whatever it is at that time. But it was cool. I think it's kind of served its purpose, and it's opened up some doors that have been really neat to walk through and be able to meet collectors like you all. And I appreciate you having me on the channel and on your show. And it's just cool to make videos and with collectors. And so it's kind of done what it needed to, I think. I'm not really too, mad or sad or anything about it. I'm happy for the new record holder. And, initially it was a bummer, but I think, it's not really a huge deal to me.
Well, that's awesome. And I think now, once we have people that come on the program, I consider them like friends and family. So I love it. So I want everybody out there that watches, whether they're watching live or watching recording, to find the Facebook page, Funko Pop fans, and everyone send Paul one pop. And let's get him back to the top.
Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. My wife is not going to like this.
No, not at all. I know
like I said,
about.
she's been a saint with this collection. Like she supports it. She tolerates it. You really can't, and you guys know, you really can't have a collection of any, large size if you don't have a supportive spouse or a supportive, partner. So, that's you can't do it without that.
I agree. And I've made grounds that if there's ever a divorce, they all come with me. And she said, take them. For God's sake, take them.
I do have a question for you, Paul. Do you have any signed pops at all?
No, I don't. Yeah, so I was kind of late to the game with that. So I've only attended a couple Comic-Cons. I'll actually be going to Baltimore Comic-Con coming up here next weekend. But I may bring some pops to get signed. But I never thought of the idea of having somebody sign the pop until I was at a con and somebody had a Saga pop in front of me, and they were getting Brian K. Vaughan, who is the writer of Saga, and he was the writer for Why the Last Man, which is a show now on TV and stuff. So I got him to sign some of my comic books, and somebody in front of me had him sign the Funko Pop. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it didn't cross my mind to have somebody sign a pop, but I don't right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about getting them signed. I'm the same way. Like I said, I was always a sports card fan. There was a guy, get the card signed. I just, well, you're being told don't do it. So,
so that's actually my wife.
Oh, hello there. Thanks
That's
for
my
tuning
wife,
in.
Melissa.
I'm surprised my wife hasn't chimed in yet and be like, "Oh, you guys talking about them Funko Pops?" I'm surprised she hasn't popped.
I think she meant don't do it as far as like sending me pops. I think that's
right.
why
Yeah,
she don't do
I
that.
think so.
Yeah.
We'd have to get his address and all, and I'm not going to lay that out here. Absolutely not. But
I'll email you my PO box. My
There you
PO
go.
box. Well, she doesn't know I have a PO box. No, I'm just kidding.
So, Paul's wife, I'll let you know, and anybody watching, if you don't want to send them to Paul, you can graciously send them to me or Joe. We'd love to have. Yeah, she said, don't send them pops. That's awesome. I love it. And I'm glad that she took the time to tune in as well. Paul, this has been great, man. Very informative. We absolutely love it. Down the road, you want to come back and do it again?
Absolutely. Yeah, this was fun. Thank you guys. It's nice to talk.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
I'd
a
love
great
to.
time. You can find Paul as YouTube page. It's Pop Enthusiast, which is an awesome name. I absolutely love it. And of course, like I said, the 2021 Guinness Book of World Records. He's got a great Facebook page called Funko Pop Fans. I'm on it. Paul, of course, runs it. Joe's on it. people show great collections, come up with ideas, talk about their favorites. Some people even tell you where they found a rare one. They'll send you on your way to go try and hunt it down. It's a lot of hatred for Target employees. Don't hate Target employees. And people are working hard. Please.
Yes, cool. Thank you both. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Paul Scardino, ladies and gentlemen. Paul, have yourself a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Cool. See you guys.
All right.
We'll see you
bye-bye.
Yeah.
That was absolutely amazing. Joe, I got to tell you, absolutely amazing. I enjoyed every second of it. Great knowledge.
That
Great
was so
informative
cool.
stuff.
Yeah. I was so nervous because I'm just like, the whole time I'm like, I cannot believe, he's actually right there. But yeah.
Cowboy fan in training. That's okay. You're allowed. I'm an Eagles fan, but I'll let it slide. Being Paul's wife, Paul's family, I'll let it slide. But yeah, because like for weeks leading up to it, you and I talked about, I'm going to ask this, I want to ask that, I want to ask this. And then we're both kind of like, because every question I typed up kind of went out the window. You just kind of free form.
I know.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works too. You're like, this is how we're going to do it. We have it planned. And then once you're right there, you're like, wait, what?
I agree. That's it. When you do it live, you tend to improv a lot. My co-host on Tuesday nights, Jewel, is tremendous at it as well. We improv a lot. And I think it went great, though. I think we got all the questions answered. The audience was great in asking some terrific questions. Do you dust them? I love that question because I don't dust mine. I don't touch mine.
I don't either. They're all in boxes, so I don't.
They're dust free. So I know my situation where I'm at and how many I have and all. Are you overwhelmed yet? Are you getting close to being overwhelmed yet?
Kind of. Well, no, not yet.
Okay.
No, I still need to. I definitely need to take a trip to IKEA and get some shelves for my pops. Because that was a beautiful setup that Paul had. So
Yeah.
I definitely would like to get some shelves that big, for my pops.
I agree. I realize now, after all this time, that my camera is like slanted, so it looks like mine are falling over. Adam, I'm with you, dude. I collect pops. I have a lot of toys I collected through the years and cards and all that great stuff. Evan Horn, I didn't forget about you. This 2.0 stuff that we do on Wednesday nights with different guest hosts. We're going to get you in there real soon. It's been great so far. We got some time. Paul was terrific. So, is there anything collecting-wise else besides Funko Pops for you? Do you get into anything else, Joe, or are you just into the Funko Pop?
I just collect Funko Pops. Yeah. That's about the only thing. I would like to get into other things to collect. Once whatever does, spark my interest along down the road. But for right now, yeah, definitely Funkos.
That's awesome. I collect money too. I mean, this is a strange form of money.
Yeah.
And of course, we're trying to get that money, of course, out of Loso Brewing Company. I've got a Loso beer in my hand this evening, the Hazy Dragon, which is now out in cans. It's our India Pale Ale, New England style. I'm drinking one of these this evening for me and the fellas out there. He collects money and pinups. Some people don't know that joke. I know that joke well. I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to take a second, Joe. I'm going to do a plug real quick. Let me get it right here. I got to get the picture up first. So this Sunday, for people that are in the area around me, this Sunday, one of the most popular sports bars in the country, Chickies and Pete's. Their Warrington location is going to be celebrating their 10-year anniversary. Sunday, October 17th from 12 to 5. It's going to be indoor and outdoor. It's going to be beer samplings by my company, Loso Brewing. We're going to be there on hand as well as Fatheads. There's going to be live music, DJs, trivia, rollback prices, giveaways. A lot of great stuff is going to go on. And it's this Sunday. They're going to bring back some of the original staff. And it's just going to be an awesome event. The Eagles play Thursday nights. There's no Eagles game to get in the way. So if you're a fan of Chicky and Pete's, if you're a fan of Loso beer, come on out, get some free samples. We're going to be giving away some free stuff. And come on out and say hello, and let's have a great time. And congratulations to Rocco and his team at Chicky and Pete's in Warrington. Of course, like I said, this Sunday, October 17th from 12 to 5, Chickies and Pete's, Warrington. Make sure you check it out. Joe, fly down. Come check it out.
I would love to. I will say that a lot of people that I've met on the Funko or in the Funko group are actually from Pennsylvania. A lot of them are, and I'm just like, this is a sign. I need to go.
Exactly. PA is a tough hunting territory, man. I'm going to tell you. Stephanie, of course, she spends her Saturdays with the team at Chickies and Pete's, the one in South Philly, where our beer also is. Stephanie, thanks for tuning in. It's great having you. Stephanie actually won a Bryce Harper Funko Pop on my show that I still have to get to her. I know.
That is awesome.
She's awesome as well. I absolutely love it. You collect glass pipes and DVD. Well, I don't know. I think I know what you mean by glass pipes, but that's okay. We're into that. And of course, my perverted friend Evan Horn wants to collect my host phone number. I don't have it either. We communicate through the social media world, but lovely as well. So thank you, of course, for tuning in. A lot of people are asking where I find these tremendous co-hosts and these amazing people. I just get lucky. I look at, see, where's my Funko Pop? It's here. I have it. I'm waiting for us to meet up. Or I don't want to just drop it off down there and leave it and have somebody abuse the poor thing. It's sacred. It's still in the box, too. So tell us, I don't really have I have a few crazy stories about collecting. What's the craziest moment or reach or you and another person one-on-one trying to get a certain Funko Pop?
Crazy stories. I will say that, well, it's not, I wouldn't call it crazy, but it was more like funny to me. There's this little boy, I went to Walmart and there's this little kid, he was with his mom and he went into the aisle where all the Funkos are. And I was just looking for it and I saw Thanos sitting there and I saw him staring at it and I was staring at it too. And it was the only one left there. And he ran to go get his mom to see if he can go buy Thanos. And I quickly snatched it and I ran. And then I went into the other aisle and I heard him say, "Where'd it go?" And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel bad, but this was the last one. And I'm running up to the register. And it was in perfect condition too. So, I cannot have any kind of Funko that's bent out of shape, but that one was perfect. So
somehow I could picture you buying it and going up to that kid and be like, woo! You did that. It's okay.
No, I wanted to, but every time I look at Thanos, though, I will never forget that story. I see that and yeah.
That poor little kid. And it's funny. I don't know if you do this. Me and my friend do this. We'll go into a Target. We kind of size up people who we think are going to the Funkos or we think are going to the toys. I would never picture you as that person. And you just don't strike. I mean, you see a younger, attractive girl. I'm like, yeah, she's not going for Funko Pops. But meanwhile, you'd be the person knocking me over and mocking me. You'd be putting it in my face. I could see that.
It was a venomized Thanos, so it was worth it. It was venomized.
I'd like to venomize. I got some venomized. I don't even know. I don't even know how Paul does it. I can't keep up with half of mine, and I have 1/10 of what he has. That's pretty cool. My most recent purchase, I want to share this and let everybody know who might be interested in collecting. If you go to the website, funko.com, and available right now for sale is a collection that's now become kind of dear to me. Everybody knows the situation. If you don't know, of course, the situation my wife and she's battling breast cancer. They do have breast cancer figures. They have 5 different ones, and there's a Target exclusive. I just purchased these recently. The Breast Cancer Relief Fund, of course, is on the back. They have Pink Heroes. It's Harley Quinn. And right here you have Wonder Woman. Catwoman, Batwoman, Batwoman.
Wow.
and Supergirl, and there's a Hulk Girl that's a Target exclusive to finish out. And a portion of the proceeds do go to breast cancer awareness. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so if you want to get into Pops for a good cause and get some great looking figures, Funko.com. They're on sale right now, and they ship as well. That's my public service announcement for the day. Joe, go get them right now.
I'll
Stop
definitely
everything.
check it out. I will. I definitely will.
See, I power walk to the toilet aisle. I do that too. Like my buddy says, he's like, you complain your back hurts, your leg hurts, your knee hurts. As soon as you get in the store, you're like running to the back of the store. You have to. So, what we do in PA, because there's a lot of PA people there. PA is a very competitive market for collecting anything. And I have been the guy at the store that opens at, Target opens at 8. I'm the guy that's been there at like 7:40, waiting by the door. And then you see people filing in, and then you all take off like bats out of hell. Did you ever do that? Did you ever camp out by the front door waiting to get in there?
I mean, I would get there maybe, I'll say close to an hour early. I'll say that. I haven't been those people who, camp out. I've seen so many people who have done that, especially the night before, Black Friday. But I would be the one that would get there an hour before it opens. Definitely. And then once it opens, yeah, I'm running basically to where I need to get to.
You gotta kind of have to. And again, don't want to really go this road, but when you're a female, you have certain things that are harder to run with than men do. So I watched the women try to run, and as a guy, I was like, shh. Like, I got nothing to hold me back, except maybe like a pinch of the balls or something. So I'm cruising to the back.
That's so true.
Oh, I know it. And, sometimes, like I said, the one time I was in there, the woman got right with me. As soon as the door opened, we took off. And I put a little speed on, and she's trying to put speed on, and she's bouncing. And I could actually see her kind of curled up a little bit. And I'm just like, peace, I'm out. Have you ever had the big letdown? I had a big letdown. I guess about a year ago when they did the Funko Con. Target had the Funko Con, and they had about 12 different ones that were getting released. And there was like a Michael Jordan, which I ended up getting, and there was all these different names. And we saw the display at a store the night before. They had an end cap. And I said, what's going here? And the guy's like, oh, tomorrow's an exclusive. It drops. It's called Funko Con. There's T-shirts for it and everything. And I got all psyched up. I go to my local one. I'm there an hour early, Joe. Coffee in hand, waiting outside an hour early. Doors open. I take off to the back. Guess what? That location was not participating in Funko Con. 0. Right.
Are you serious? Oh man.
The pain. Like I said, I'm not gonna schmooze up to a Target employee and be like, hey, when did the Funko Pops come in?
Man.
Salty. I was salty and pepper. That's how mad I was that day. I'm like, they had.
I have not had that happen. I have not had that happen.
Do you schmooze the Target employees? You could say. You can be honest. Do you schmooze the Target employees?
No, actually, no.
Come on now.
I don't think so.
It's got to be different though. Like,
I know. I've asked. Okay, I will say I know I've asked a couple of employees like when a certain Funko Pop would be in, and I know they're not allowed to do this. Sometimes I would even say, okay, if it's going to be in tomorrow, could you please, if you're working tomorrow, save that one for me? Sometimes I'll do that.
Doesn't work.
It works one time. One time.
Do you hunt down do you look for the wedding ring? I'm like, well, that guy's single. I'm definitely going to schmooze him for Funko Pop.
Never.
I would. If I was a female, I swear to God, if I was a female, I'd be such a tramp because I would schmooze everybody. I'd be in bad shape. I'd be schmoozing for a free beer. That's how bad. I love it though. So as far as the gaming, etc., what's new and what's next, and what can we
I
watch?
don't think I'm on that level yet. So but what were you saying?
You're not on that level yet. I got it. You're definitely on that level. Trust me. You got that magic. Got to put your followings back down there again. But what games are new? What are you playing right now? Anything specific? Anything that people want to?
Currently I'm playing Tomb Raider. I will say, yeah, I'm playing Tomb Raider, and what's the other game? Because I'm really Back for Blood. Back for Blood and Tomb Raider. I know Back for Blood just came out, so I just started playing it today. It's really, really good. Tomb Raider, once again, it's one of those retro games. Really good also. I grew up playing it on PlayStation, and now I'm playing it on Xbox. So I love that game so much. But those are the current two games that I'm playing right now.
What's your preferred system? Xbox?
Oh gosh, so many people have asked me that. I prefer Xbox because they have better games, but I will always be a PlayStation girl because I was raised playing PlayStation, and I can't let PlayStation go. I cannot let it go. But Xbox has way better games. I will give them that.
So I got a Nintendo chime in, and I got a Nintendo, the NES one that's chipped. So I got a couple hundred games, and I'm telling you, man, it's not really so much about the graphics. I just become a junkie for the games.
Oh yeah, I still have my Nintendo. I have my is it my Super Nintendo? No, Nintendo 64. But I obviously grew up on the Super Nintendo.
Wow, we got PlayStation for life. I agree. I'm always a PlayStation guy. We have a Sega. I used to love Sega.
Wow, Sega. Yeah, I haven't played Sega in a long time.
Now this I got to ask because Stephanie mentioned Switch. My co-host Jules said last night that, hey, when you have Joe on, ask her if she knows how to stream a Switch. Which, are you familiar? Do you play Switch? Do you know how to stream it? Because it was a question I was supposed to ask.
I do. I have two Nintendo Switches. Actually, how you stream Switch is you have to buy usually it's in an Elgato. You have to buy, and that, I forgot how much that usually runs for, but you'll be able to find it on Amazon or Best Buy. But you have an Elgato, and sometimes you can get basically a cheaper version of it. I think it's called Lenovo, but it's basically a capture card where It's like a port where you have a bunch of USB and HDMI connections into it. And yeah, that's how you do it to stream, and then you connect it to your computer, and it should pop up the software so you can connect it.
That's amazing. Back in my day, video games were for the little boys, and going out and playing was for the little girls. Meanwhile, between my co-host Jewel and you blow me away with this video game stuff. I know none of this. I really don't know none of this stuff. And she said I need to know how to stream it. She said make sure you ask tomorrow night, and I will. In case she's not watching, I will message her tomorrow and tell her at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark, your question has been answered. Let's get into that gaming chair, because that thing is boss, and it's pink. And is that like your one and only? Have you had that your whole life? I like that chair.
This gaming chair, I actually got it, I want to say 2 months ago. I got it 2 months ago. I used to have another gaming chair. I used to actually have the little, I call it a lounging disc chair. I used to have that and stream in that, but then I was just like, okay, I want something more comfortable. I saw this gaming chair. It has a footrest, a massager, and I was like, perfect. I love it.
That's all built into that?
Yes.
Wow. Speakers or no? I've seen some with speakers.
No speakers, no. I have seen those before. Those are pretty cool. I like them.
That's a lot. So we got a question. Do you play Roblox games?
I do play Roblox. I play it from time to time, on the weekends. I don't stream it, but I play it on my, off time from stream.
Is there off time? What else do you do besides off time? I know, like I said, we've talked. You said, look, I'm a big nerd. I like games. I like collecting toys. Do you get out? Do you have a beer once in a while, or you kind of like
I
at home by it? Like to
uh,
have stuff.
during my off time of streaming, I like to, I spend time with some friends, but I also like to have me time, I call it. I'll go to one of the sports bars and just have a little drink, eat a little, watch whatever they have playing on TV. I go out, I shop, go to the movies, just spend me time.
There you go, some you time. Um, a question that somebody asked that I got asked, and I ask this of a lot of the females because you know how things get nowadays. Do you get the chat creeps that watch you play the game and they want to start saying some oddball stuff to you on the side? I'm sure you get it. I know everybody gets it nowadays.
Oh yeah, definitely. I get that all the time. It's unbelievable. When I actually got into streaming, I didn't expect that. I saw other streamers getting that, in chats, but I was just like, okay, no, not me. That wouldn't happen to me. But no, it happens a lot.
I'm sure. And men like to, for some unknown reason, men like to show certain body parts to
Oh my God,
to
it drives me
strangers.
nuts. I hate that. Yeah.
Jesus. And it happens to my co-host and some of the other female hosts I've had on there. Look, fellas,
Not flattering at all.
no, keep it in your pants.
Right. Please. Please.
Please. A public service announcement from the O Show. So apparently Adam's son was very excited to hear you play Roblox. He ran over to hear that. And it's just amazing how big, like, video games have never gone away. And when I was a kid, they were big. And Angela said, like, Atari. And when I was a kid, it was Atari and bad graphics. And the graphics now are so beefed up. And, even women can like boobs, not just fellas. Okay, well, that's fair. Men don't like penis, but women can like boobs. I hate penis, except mine. But that's great. So, have you ever done anything like this before? Have you ever podcasted, webcast, host, anything like that?
I haven't. I've never done it before, but it's so much fun. I love it. It is so much fun. I was nervous at first. Earlier, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. But then I was just like, wait, this is actually really cool. I like it.
Thank you. I guess you're watching, like I tell everybody, look at me. Like, if this idiot can do it, I could kill this. Because this guy does it 2 nights a week, and he's terrible.
No, you're great. You're great. It comes to you so naturally. You're really good at this.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered by that, and I love the people that come on. Like I said, every Tuesday we do the Yo Show, me and Jewel, and I wanted to branch out to get new people involved in it. And like I said, Angela, she's like hooked. She loves it, and now you're on, and you enjoy it, and a lot of people that have come on really enjoy it. So that makes me feel good. And people say, man, you're so good. You should be a pro. Hey, like I always say on my hashtags, make me famous. I'd love to do this for a living, Aiken.
I'm really amazed by who you have interviewed. You said last week you interviewed David Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Was that the one who's the creator of? There's a lot of Nickelodeon shows. Is it him?
No, he's a filmmaker as well. Though he's got a new movie out called The Reunion. So he does a lot of movies. We get some great guests, and we get local bands and we get international stars. Steve Howie from Shameless, Jennifer Taylor from
Oh my gosh, I saw that. I was freaking out. I was like, I wish I could have seen that. I'm a huge fan of Shameless. Huge fan.
Me too. I love it. He's great. I tried to get him on. We had him on when we were just audio. I tried to get him on video. He's got new PR people, but we're working on it. And
okay.
I've had, let me see, probably about 200 female friends say, if Steve Howie comes back on, I'm co-hosting that night. I'm like, yeah, it's still Jewel's show on Tuesdays. You got to get past Jewel first.
201. 201 now. Because I would like to be up there.
You want to be on. My wife wants to be on. Jewel wants to be on. All the ladies want to be on for Steve Howie. No, I don't blame him. I can be. He's a good-looking fella.
Definitely.
He would be, if he came on, he would be the second best looking guy on the show. Number 1 right here. So the question, doing the webcast, podcast thing, something you think you can like latch onto and do more? Because I think people would watch you. You got a good, fun personality, and you got a lot of good stuff.
Honestly, I could. My biggest thing that I can't think of anything to talk about. I guess like I could definitely latch on though.
That'd be great. Like we would definitely welcome you back here sometime in the future
Oh,
if you'd like.
absolutely.
And what I notice is the world gives you things to talk about. You go on Facebook, and I'll show you real quick. Not to show off my Facebook page or nothing, but you go on Facebook and there's this little button down the bottom that says news. You click
Yeah.
that, and so many great stories just come flying, and you write them
True.
down and you talk about it. But always have a co-host because it's easier to bounce things off each other than bouncing things off yourself. I try to bounce jokes off myself. I think I'm hilarious, but it doesn't mean the audience finds it hilarious.
Oh, you are hilarious though. You're
Thank
really
you.
funny.
Thank you very much. It's flattering tonight. Everybody, audience, go away. Me and Joe are going to have the flirt session of the Yo 2.0. Now, you're really great. And we've had some nice conversations leading up to this, and I appreciate what you're trying to get out of it and what you put into it. It really is great. So Angela thinks she's funnier than me. Next time, Joe, when Angela comes on, watch the episode, and you decide. You can judge who's funnier. She is good, though. She is good. Sometimes you have to think about podcasts, webcasts, and I'll bring this to your attention. You can speak on this in a minute. Everybody's out there saying, oh, I'm daring, and I'll say this, that, and the other thing. And all they're doing is talking about politics or social, like, activism stuff. That's not saying whatever you want. That's just repeating what the media is throwing in your face.
Exactly.
I say anything I want, like when I get on here and I say I want to bang Britney Spears. Like that's saying anything. That's saying whatever you want. That's a different ballgame. That's saying whatever you want.
Right.
Paul,
I
thank
was
you very
going to
much.
say, when you share your opinions about conspiracy theories, but yeah, we could go with Britney Spears.
Oh, so while we're on the subject, she has no butt. She does not have a butt. Britney Spears has a very flat butt. But Paul, thank you very much. Paul said we're both awesome. I'm going to share this with you right now. Hang on, you people are going to get to see my butt in a second. I apologize ahead of time. So I got to move some around to make this happen. But I got to make it happen now that we came on the topic. God, I got too many Funko Pops. You didn't expect me to dance tonight, did you?
Oh, no.
This is the last time. Everybody get a good look at Joe. This is the last time she's going to do this show. Jesus. Okay. So here we go. So these are three of my absolute favorite. And they're Britney Spears.
Oh my gosh, I saw that one. I saw that one in Barnes and Noble, and oh my gosh, I should have got it. I wish I did.
The Slave for You, Britney Spears. With the snake, if you look close, you see the snake around her neck with the like the earpiece kind of spokes thing on there. And my favorite so far. Ah, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Now Target has an exclusive "Hit Me One More Time" one, and I have not found it. And on the aftermarket, it's kind of pricey.
Wow. I'm still a huge fan of Britney Spears. I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm a huge fan. I really wish I got the Funko Pops now. I think I might have to go by the store tomorrow and get it.
So, I don't know if I should be offended by this comment. I'm going to share it anyway. My good friend Steve asked if we could just get a big frame of Joe. And I guess not see me. Is that possible? No, it's a big one of me. Still a big one of me. That's me and her. That's me and her larger. That's just me. We definitely don't want that. Yeah. I could blow her up, move her closer. That's about all I can do for you. Thanks, Steve. You're the best. With friends like you, etc., etc., etc. But she is lovely, and we do have a lot of lovely females that come onto our show and join us, and I love that. And my wife said, just try not to be you.
Oh.
Well, you know, a couple of beers in me, and you know, my tongue gets carried away. Oh, something. Yeah, something I forgot to ask. Um, are you into these? Because I've started getting into these. The sodas. Do you do the sodas?
No, I have not done that, but I've seen them. The past week, I've seen them. A lot of people have been posting it on in the Funko group and on my Instagram. They got it. I've been seeing like a list of them from the New York Comic Con. You know, they're coming out with newer Funkos, and I saw that there too, and I was just like, huh, I've never seen that before, but I've never
Yeah,
collected it.
I opened it up because there was a chase too. I love Harley Quinn. I like this. I like all versions of Harley Quinn. It's like one of my favorites. So this one was
Harley
really
Quinn is
cool.
awesome, yeah.
I love Harley. This was like and I never knew what a soda was. It came with a coin in it that has her on the other side and a little figure, which is cool.
That is so cool. So are they worth more with that?
No.
Okay.
like most, the chase are the ones that have the value. I just dig the soda. I think they're cool and they're different. So another running joke, and I guess maybe announce it on your Twitch, Joe. Angela's obsessed with this. If I get over 1,000 views on one episode, I'm gonna let her wax my butt on a live episode. Oh, it's become a big thing. They're dying to wax my butt on the air.
1,000 views on this one? On this video?
1,000 views on any one video.
Okay.
And so, hey, see, Angela, you see what kind of gamer I am, what kind of sport I am? I just asked this lovely woman, who I spoke to live for the first time tonight outside of social media, to pump up the show just to have my butt waxed. I hear this. So I actually do. I have a picture of the Hit Me One More Time Britney Funko Pop. I saved the picture, so I want to show you.
So I just have to watch this video or any video 1,000 times.
I don't know if that's that easy. I think they track IP address because I tried that before. There it is. The Britney Spears Hit Me One More Time Funko Pop. No, that's not. That's ugly me. What is that? Can't believe I share that picture. Man, too many drinks. Oh, so check this out. Great. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, here it is. So my co-host, Jewel, is a fantastic artist. So she did this for me for my birthday. Watch this. She drew me, painted me as a Funko Pop. That's Funko Pop Jeff.
Whoa.
Is that amazing?
That is awesome.
She does such great work, and I'm like, I love it because you don't
That
get
is
it.
amazing. Wow.
She gets you as a Funko Pop. I'm like, wow. Like, I got to get one made of me. I really do.
That's incredible. That's so cool.
She's quite the artiste. So how often do you, I'm coming on soon again, and she'll message you, Joe, and make it
I
happen.
could never ask anyone to draw a picture of me because they over exaggerate a certain thing. So
I know. I can make your fingernails, right?
yes.
Yeah, I know. I would love to have an artist overemphasize something of me. Here's an extra 50. Make the ladies think it's really happening, my man. But even even artists will do that. Like they'll just they'll blow you up like that. Really? Jesus. I mean, I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like there's tact and limits and such.
Yes, exactly.
I can't believe I'm actually watching the Yo Show and listening to somebody talk about taste and tactical method. Wow, it's a first. But I want you to come on, be comfortable, and have fun. The next time you come on, no holds barred. I'm going to be just a big mouth slob. You're going to hate me and never come back again. But tonight,
I could never. I could never.
That's terrific. We broke you in nicely. We taught you and we fooled you into joining us. But I'm telling you, I really think more people should get into not even podcasts. No offense to people who do podcasts, but just audio doesn't really give it. Video gives it life. And
Right,
in the beginning, Joe, we did just audio, and it's nice. Like, oh, we got this guest on. You're talking like over a phone. You're like, oh, this is neat. But this is like where it's at. See,
Yeah.
Like I see like your decor, your Funko Pops, your little stuffed animals you got in the back there, your gaming chair, and we're both glasses wearers. I don't know about you, but I can't stand wearing glasses.
Oh, I can't either.
I hate them. But if I take the glasses off, we have no more show because I can't see a damn thing.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because once I take mine off, yeah.
I agree, and Paul, and thanks for that. It does. It becomes more personal. We feel a connection. Like I feel a connection with Joe. Like I feel like we're hanging out and just kind of chatting.
Definitely.
And
I definitely feel like we're hanging out. Yeah.
agreed. We had a guest on a few weeks back, a terrific heavy metal singer by the name of Lena Scissorhands.
Oh.
Awesome performer. And she came on. She's like, I do it, and I get rock stars on, and we chat. I'm like, well, yeah, we all chat. She goes, no, it's not an interview. It's a chat. You're just kind of chat. Interview's so stuffy, formal.
Yes.
Maybe like, and not personal. Whereas chat, like I just get to know. And that's what we said when we brought you on. And I mentioned to you in the little pre-game notes that we're just going to chat and learn about each other and let the audience learn about you. Like tonight we might have, I don't know, 100, 200 people might watch it live, and then it just grows and people click back to it on the replay and on it, and it's great fun. But you know, like from Twitch, like people will come back and watch your videos. I've watched them. I enjoy watching. I think it's great.
Yeah. So we're just hanging out. That's how I look at it when I'm streaming live on Twitch anyway. You know, I'm just hanging out with my friends. That's it.
And that's how I don't get in trouble with the wife. Yeah, I had a beer with a girl tonight, but nothing happened. So, I don't really know who this character is. Stephanie asks, is that Gurr back there?
Yes, that's Gurr. Gurr's from Invader Zim. I love Invader Zim. That's one of the other, 90s, shows back in the day. I told you I'm a huge fan of the oldies retro shows. But yeah, that's Gurr.
Oldies. She says the 90s are oldies. I'm like, at my age, like the 70s are oldies.
No, I mean 90s retro. I call it the oldies because usually the new generation wouldn't even know who that is. So I'm actually surprised someone pointed that out.
Which one is it? Can you roll the chair back there and fetch it or not?
Gurr is right there.
Okay.
On the wall.
Oh, on the wall. All right, so the painting. Okay. Man, that's good eyes. I had no idea. I thought that was like Homer Simpson. Because all I see is like the big eye. It looked like Homer Simpson. I don't know. That's why I bring in younger co-hosts because they know all this stuff and they keep me hip. So, all right. So Stephanie's 34. That's around her time. Joe, we didn't officially. And I'll admit, in front of my audience and people that watch, I asked Joe her age, and she said, "Ladies, you don't ask a lady her age." I thought there was just like in pickup lines and at the club. I thought you couldn't ask a woman their age.
Just know I am drinking age. Okay, I am above the drinking age. I'm in my 20s. That's it.
Okay, that's what I got. The answer I got was old enough to drink. I'm like, okay. Oh man, no, I'm being good. I am. I'm having my beer though. I love me a good beer. I like having beer during the show. And
I have my Starbucks.
Cheers to you. I find that a couple beers loosens me up. If you ever get a chance, and people who are new to the show, go on our YouTube page, which is the Yo Show on YouTube. Check out episode, I believe, 99. Our guest host was, our guest was Brianna Dale. She's a model. She's a big-time Instagram influencer, like 1 million followers. And she came on the show, and I got drunk as could be because I was a little nervous having her on. Oh, with all the follows. I'm telling you, Joe, if you get a chance, again, our YouTube page, I think it's episode 99, disaster. Angela says she's smoking. I think I still have that picture. Hang on. Let's see if I got that picture. I still kept it. This is her. Like, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very attractive, but super cool. Great stories. We had laughs, and she came on, and she's like, I'll drink with you guys. We're doing shots and drinking, and last half hour was disgusting. So,
Oh.
yeah, my co-host Jules like, dude, How can you even stand to watch that last half hour? You were a mess. I was a mess. No doubt about it. That's the fun of it. That's the fun. And I got to tell you, Joe, if you decide to get in it, do it live. Nothing beats live. The potential mistakes, the little goofs that happen, even little technical difficulties are hilarious, and it adds to the show. And like I said, being able to share comments with people like, Paul's like, tell me don't do it, man. I got you, Paul. I got your back. And Angela's chiming in, and Steph, and so many people say so many great things. And like I said, people were asking Paul questions tonight. Love it. Absolutely awesome. So, tomorrow, what's on your agenda besides starting a new podcast?
Honestly, yeah, I'm actually going to look into doing that, starting the podcast, because I've always thought that, like I said, this is really new to me. I never thought that anyone would turn a podcast into also a video podcast, not just audio. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I was under the assumption that that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So I am definitely going to try it out. I will.
And you can feel free to ask me any questions. I told Angela the same thing. If you decide to get your own, ask me any questions. I'm like an open book for it. I love it. There's great support. It's a community. A lot of people think podcast is a competition, like ours is the best and yours is the best, etc. It's a community. A lot of people want to help. A lot of people want to share shows. A lot of people want to go on each other's shows, and that's the kind of fun. And Angela said hers is in the works. My friend Steve Giordano wanted to know if you go for guys that are 2 times the drinking age. That's like in her 40s. No, I can't talk. I miss my 40s. I'm not the drinking age. I shouldn't be the drinking age. Drinking gets me in trouble. I was describing the show to Joe, and I'm like, yeah, we just chat. We have a guest on. I drink some beers, and you're like, she was just like, oh no. I'm like, no, I don't get like that. I'm still under control here. It's only one. It's the same one I've had. But this has been awesome. So, give us a few minutes, some words of wisdom, some things you want people to know, some things you want to say to people. Just let it rip. Give us a few minutes and just hit us with something.
I will say, for anyone that would like to get into streaming, I would just say go for it if you haven't. I know a lot of people have been super, super nervous with doing that. I started out super nervous, and I still get nervous before I go stream, but I just kind of shake it off and think, there are people, most of the time people just want to talk to people, Sometimes they're there to watch you play the game, but really they want to chat with people. Ever since the pandemic started, I've noticed that that's what people want to do, is just have a conversation with other people. So definitely get into it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it, basically.
I agree.
It's the best decision I made. I love it. I have viewers, and I told you I call them friends now, but I have them everywhere. Most of them are out of country. They're in the UK, they're in Australia, Netherlands, everywhere, and we just chat like we know each other. So awesome. Yeah, it's so much fun. I love it.
A great question here, and answer this as you may. Is there a market for streamers who like to play games but are really bad at them?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not even going to lie. Absolutely. It is. It really is. As long as, when it comes to Twitch anyway, I know it's that when you stream, as long as you stream, you don't even have to play games. You can just get on there and chat with people. People tune in. So it doesn't have to be just about games,
When's the money come in? Has there ever been an offer or a sponsor or anybody who's come forward and say, hey, how about you wear our t-shirt or promote our product or anything of that nature?
Are you talking about when it's on Twitch?
Yes.
I'll say after you've made affiliate. When you're streaming, you have to at least make affiliate to start getting the sponsors in. An affiliate means basically you have to have at least 50 followers and at least it's a certain amount of days. You have to have at least 3 consecutive viewers each time you do stream.
Oh,
And then
wow,
once
okay.
you've made affiliate, then right then and there, you're on the path to partnership with Twitch. But when you're affiliate, you can get sponsorship while you're on the path to partnership.
That's pretty good to know, because everybody always says, like, oh, your show's on YouTube. I see a lot of people watch. Are you getting paid? No, I'm not. And do I care? Not really. I just like doing it. If the day comes where somebody sees this, like, hey, this idiot's good enough for, like, serious radio, yeah, then I'm moving. But for now, we do this program, and we have great guests and great people. And again, I want to thank Paul Scardino for coming on. I'm going to interrupt Joe's banner at the bottom real quick to just flash some stuff again about Paul. If you want to get to check out more on him and more of his Funko Pop world, check out his YouTube channel. It's Pop Enthusiast, and he always does neat videos about Funko Pops. He is the 2021 Guinness Book of World Record holder, and he did mention his Mercari page. He's done video where he will give away $5 pops that are worth a lot of money. He did it with the Blacklight Ghost Rider, as he mentioned, and he's always giving, and he wants people to enjoy the hobby more for the love of it than the value. We all have our piece. I like the value of it. I like the pieces. Some guys are going to be weird when I buy the Britney Spears ones, like I just struck gold, but we'll have our thing. So, with a few minutes left, of course, I want to take the time to immensely thank yours truly, Joe, for coming on with me tonight. I've had a great time. And again, I'm going to put her back on.
Thank you for having me. I had a really great time, too.
Absolutely. I got a little nervous in the beginning. You were like a minute or two late. I'm like, oh, man.
I know. I didn't know. When I clicked the link, it was weird. It said, I couldn't have the camera and the audio. And then I was like, oh, no. And then I realized I had to allow it to happen because it was blocked or something. And then I was like, oh, okay, just click here. But it works.
Good. I've had it happen. I've had people say, look, I can't get on this thing. What are you doing to me? I'm like, click the link. Like I clicked and it wants me to do this and allow this and change this. And if I can do it, any of you can do it. Trust me. Oh, thank you. The show was great. I came for Joe, but I definitely will be back to watch it. Thank you very much, man. I greatly appreciate that, Paul. That's awesome. And I like the fact that people came for Joe, and that's why I want to have her on, bring her people into my world and vice versa. Paul, we do this show Tuesday nights, 8 to 10, myself and Jewel Tatey. Wednesday nights, we do the show also from 8 to 10. I have a different guest co-host, and we always have a different great guest on to chat with and get into different worlds. We do hot topics. We drink. We do top 5 lists. We do dumb stuff. We don't do politics. We don't do hard hitting. That's not our show. This isn't Geraldo Rivera is not walking through my door. It's fun here. So I'm gonna load up the exit music. It's that's still kind of a tricky situation here. Share audio and load the song and share the song, and now I gotta jump.
Next time I might have a drink.
There you go. Hey, I would like that. It was funny. I go back to that Brianna Dale episode, and she comes on and she's like, "Oh, did you want me to wear a bikini?" I made a lot of enemies that night. But I'm like, "No, you're fine just the way you are." And all my buddies are texting me like, "Dude, no bikini."
Oh.
Professionalism at its worst, ladies and gentlemen. Professionalism at its worst. So we reached the 10 o'clock time frame. I know when I told Joe 2 hours, said 2 hours? Went by like that, didn't it?
It did. It didn't even feel like 2 hours.
I agree. It felt like 10 minutes. Unfortunately, that's about the amount of sleep I'm going to get, 10 minutes. You'll notice, and I don't know if you'll do it tonight, but you'll notice if you do this more in the future, you get an adrenaline rush when the show's over. Like,
yeah.
You feel like you're like this superstar, and then you got to go back to Earth and feed the dog. And take him out to go to bed.
That's exactly how I feel when I stream on Twitch. I promise you. Once I'm nervous at first, and then once I stream, I'm nervous a little bit. And then I get into the stream, and then once it's time to end, I'm just like, I'm still awake. I have all this adrenaline. What do I do? What do I do? And I'm just like wanting to do it again, but I know it's time for bed. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch a couple music videos, and I'll rewatch myself for a few minutes, and by 2 in the morning, I'll be in bed. Sheer adrenaline. Again, Joe, we'd love to invite you back to do this again sometime.
Absolutely, yes.
I had a terrific time. You are a pleasure. Even better than I'd hoped. Like I said, we did a lot of talk on social media to set this up. I found her, again, everybody says, where do you find these people that come on and do the show? Joe was a member of the Funko Pop page, and she made a comment about Funko Pop, and I'm like, all right, this girl looks pretty cool. She's a Funko Pop fan. We started talking. I talked about the show. She asked me what it's about. Oh, I found you there, but also found you on Twitch, so I knew that you had the gumption for this kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, let's make it happen. And you were definitely kind enough to make it happen. The people that came out to see you, I appreciate that, are new to us. I appreciate that. Paul Scardino, again, thank you to Paul, his family for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday night, Yo 2.0. We have an amazing guest. Angela Marie is going to come back in the guest co-host seat. You saw her here earlier making comments. Our guest is the one and only Margarita Monet, super metal singer from the band Edge of Paradise, is going to be here next Wednesday night. Joe, check it out. This girl is awesome. Great vocals. I don't know if you're into metal music, but she is terrific. The band is awesome. She'll be here next Wednesday on Yo 2.0 at 8 o'clock next Tuesday. The Yo Show. Myself and Jewel will be back with actor Andrew James Blinder, a great friend of the show. Andrew's got a ton of brand new projects out, so we're going to talk to him Tuesday night on the Yo Show and get to hear about his new stuff. We're going to take you out, folks, with the music of St. Ricketts, our house band, www.stricketts.com. The songs we play on Wednesday night, of course, is The Catalyst. I'm going to let Joe go to bed, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Definitely my pleasure. We will talk soon. Let's hit the music for the fans out there. Got to turn the volume on, of course. There we go.
Introduce yourself. Gotta do it on fire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. Do you hear the call? Coiling the wire. You have all the reason to begin again. Honor this desire. Introduce yourself.